Oh, no, there's no money.
Money, please! Money, please.
Ben, give her some money. It's easier.
Disney, what are you doing?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
All right, what's up, you guys? So Disney, as you've probably noticed, has kind of hit rock bottom.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, it owns like everything, okay, but it's still just failing, and it's failing hard because guess what? They suck. They suck so bad. Disney, you suck. And obviously, they're trying to get as much money as they possibly can, making these live action remakes of their actual films that were actually good. And now they're getting desperate because now they're making a prequel to one of their live action remakes. Granted, this remake is the highest grossing animated film of all time, but that doesn't mean it's good. So the trailer dropped for this movie not too long ago, and it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that it has not been met with very warm reviews. Like, people hate it. But is this hate warranted? Okay, I'm not even gonna say it. Okay, yeah, it is. Look, nobody has any faith in Disney anymore. Disney has lost any goodwill that the people had with them. We don't trust them. Like, if this movie maybe came out like 10 years ago, I honestly think that maybe it wouldn't have been that bad, because I feel like we still would have had some faith in Disney, and that they actually maybe decided to make this movie out of actual passion and having a good story to tell, instead of it just being a soulless, empty cash grab, which is what everybody believes that this is going to be. And there's no reason for me to believe otherwise.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
But let's talk about it a little bit more. Once again, this movie is going to be this photorealistic CGI crap. And it's weird that they're going to do this again, because when the 2019 remake of The Lion King came out, wasn't that like the biggest complaint people had? Didn't we collectively as a society come together and tell them like, hey, we don't like this. I don't think this works. Like, either I want to watch a documentary about lions, or I want to watch an animated film about lions, but I don't want this weird in-between thing. It doesn't work. So when I watched this trailer, I remember right away Mufasa shows up, and they're like, this is Mufasa.
I am Mufasa.
And it's like, the only reason I know that's Mufasa is because the trailer tells me it's Mufasa. Because if it didn't tell me, I would have no idea, because it just looks like a lion. It's not Mufasa. In what way is it Mufasa? It doesn't look like him. So how is it him? Well, they just tell us. They say this is Mufasa. And that's the problem. These characters don't look like the characters we know. So we're not attached to them. We don't care. I'm going to say, even though I don't have faith in Disney, if this trailer came out and instead of this photorealistic crap, if it would have been animated, I wouldn't have been able to help myself from getting excited. Because when I was little, The Lion King was my all-time favorite movie, and it is still my all-time favorite animated movie. And I was obsessed with it, probably to an unhealthy degree. I was obsessed with this movie. You know, all the 90s, early 2000s kids, we all had our favorite Disney movie growing up, and The Lion King was mine. And I remember I used to draw the Lion King characters all the time. I used to draw them all the time. And I remember I had this book, and it was about like a young Zazu. And in the book, you got to see kind of like a young Mufasa and a young Sarabi and a young Scar. And I loved it. Since I was so into drawing the characters, I liked seeing like the characters and what they looked like when they were younger. So since I really liked that kind of thing, and I loved drawing the characters, and even to this day, one of the only things I can draw is I can draw Simba. But the thing is, when I saw this trailer, it's like, I don't know who these characters are. But if I would have actually seen an actual young Mufasa, a young Sarabi, a young Scar, I would have been so excited. Even though I would probably know, like Disney, I think that they suck now. I don't have any faith in them. I still would have been excited to see it, because I would have, like, that's something I would have wanted to see since I was little. And because I do like those characters. I do love The Lion King. So to see those actual characters on screen again would be really cool. But of course, they don't do that. And I don't really know why. Like, do they really not? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one saying this. Like, everybody else that I've seen, like, online is saying the exact same thing. They're like, why can't they make this animated if they're going to do it? And it's like, do they think we don't want that? Like, I understand when Toy Story came out, they were like, oh no, like animation, ew. But at this point, like, do they really not know that if they wanted to make money, they could do that? If this trailer came out and it was all animated and it was like this beautiful animation we haven't seen since The Lion King, these characters we haven't seen since The Lion King, like on the big screen like this, I don't think they understand how much we wouldn't be able to help ourselves. The 90s kids just being like, oh my God, like we would be rushed into the theater, even though a lot of us, or at least me, don't have any faith in Disney, and I think the story would still suck. I wouldn't be able to help myself. I don't want to go see it. But why would I want to see this? I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care about this little CGI lion. If he was a real lion, yeah, sure, but not this lion. Like, something you need to know about lions is lions, they all look the same. Nothing against lions. I love lions, but they do. They all look the same. I don't know if Disney, I'm assuming they probably don't even have animators like that anymore over there. Is it cheaper to do this CGI than to animate it? I'm assuming probably would, because they probably would have had to bring in like actual artists and animators and people with actual skills. Now, I'm not saying people don't have skills that do this CGI and stuff like that. Obviously they do. Anyways, I'm just gonna move on before I get myself in trouble. All right, so I guess the story for this movie, this Mufasa movie, is going to follow a young Mufasa. He's not nobility. He's not of noble blood. He gets separated from his family by like a flood or something, and he meets up with this other lion cub named Taka, and they become friends. Such close friends that you could even say they were like brothers. Now, if you don't know this, Taka is Scar's actual name. So Taka is Scar. So this movie is going to try to say that Scar and Mufasa are not even blood related, which I guess does make sense when you look at them. They never really looked alike. What's going on here? But I feel like that's gonna cause some problems. There's going to be some times where it's like, that doesn't really make any sense, but whatever. It also doesn't really make sense that Mufasa's not nobility or whatever, but it's not like I'm going to like canonize this at all. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever, who cares?
When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
All right, but what do you guys think about the trailer for this movie? Are you looking forward to this movie? I'm going to say that I know that Nosferatu is coming out this December, so that's the movie I'm looking forward to. I'll still watch this movie, obviously, but only because I do reviews. All right, but as for me, like many of you, I'm not thrilled to watch this movie in any way. It just looks like a soulless cash grab. Let me know what you guys think about it. This is The Happy Critic. Just keep watching movies and keep being happy. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.
I'm so depressed I can't even blink.